Hello, everyone. Today I wanted to do a quick update about what I've been up to lately. I haven't been doing any videos in a while. It's been about 2 weeks, not too long in the grand scheme of things. But I wanted to give an update because it is now the end of the school year. I'm on summer break, so I have more time to do YouTube. And so I've been continuing to read. I've been watching movies, watching TV shows, and I have a few reviews that will be up soon. One of them will be a review on this manga series, Akira. I finally took the dive and read it and loved it. I watched the movie about a decade ago, loved it, of course. And I wanted to read the manga because, I mean, it's just a huge, iconic manga series that a lot of people love. And I'm happy to be one of those people. So that review will be out shortly. And then I have a review of Christopher Bielman's Between Two Fires coming. I did finish this. I love this packaging. I'm pretty okay with it. I enjoyed it for the most part. I think it's worth reading, but I'll talk more about it at my review. But otherwise, I did read another book after that, and I wanted to announce that I am doing a Summer of Sci-Fi reading, which is basically going to last until like the second week of July because I do have summer school that I'm working. And so I wanted the month of June. I mean, I know we're on the 18th, but I've been kind of doing it already with Akira, but I wanted to do like a Summer of Sci-Fi read. And so the first read that I did was actually a sequel to a Frank Herbert book that I read previously. The book I'd read was Ripping Star last year, or earlier this year. But the sequel is what I read this week, which is the Dasadi Experiment. And I will do a review on that. I will do a new sort of series called like Summer of Sci-Fi or something like that. Summer of Sci-Fi. And I will basically just do like review 1, review 2, review 3. I'm thinking about having Akira be the first review that I do with that series because I don't know, it is sci-fi, it is a huge series, but I did not begin it during the Summer of Sci-Fi, but maybe I'll just do a normal review for that. But I also wanted to give a fun update too, and that I'm going to be changing my username or my channel name. Basically, going from Christian's Hobby Blog, which I felt like was very vague. It wasn't specific. A lot of people didn't really know what I was doing on YouTube, is sort of the thing that I was getting, the vibe that I was getting from viewers. A lot of people were, didn't really know what I was doing because my channel name was not clear at all. But I am changing it to the Fantasy and Sci-Fi Chronicles, or Christian's Fantasy and Sci-Fi Chronicles. I haven't decided yet on the order of it, but I do want it to be Christian's Fantasy and Sci-Fi Chronicles, something along those lines, because I do mostly do fantasy and sci-fi on my channel. And if I go outside of that, then I'll just title it that way. It'll be very clear. The title of my videos will change. I will no longer do like a sort of like a what do they call it? Like a I'm not gonna try to do like a spammy title anymore. It's sort of what I was trying to find. I don't want to do spammy titles anymore. I'm just going to put like fantasy review colon, title of the book and author, whether it's non-spoiler or spoiler, and the thumbnails will not change. It'll probably be the same as it has been, but I just wanted to do a quick little update just so people know that I'm still here. I'm still doing videos. I'm still reading, doing a lot of great books, but the next books that I want to do for Summer of Sci-Fi actually is going to be another Arthur C. Clarke book. Well, not another one, but the first one is Childhood's End. I really want to read this one. It's nice and short. This one I heard is a very like trippy alien story, and I haven't read any Arthur C. Clarke, so I kind of want that to be the first one. And then I want to read this book, which I've heard is awesome in terms of like Lovecraftian aliens and sort of like cosmic horror, and that is A Fall of Moon Dust by Arthur C. Clarke. All these books I got pretty cheap from my used bookstore, so if it wasn't for them, I would not be doing this. But the next book that I want to read, these are not in particular order, but just kind of ones that I put together. But I want to read 2001: A Space Odyssey, also by Arthur C. Clarke. My friend Colin did a review recently that made me convinced to read it sooner rather than later, and I'm very excited to get into that. And speaking of Colin, we are doing a discussion buddy read series on Book the Long Sun. I'm very, very excited for this. This is my favorite author, Gene Wolfe. Top three authors, I would say. I love Gene Wolfe. If you've seen my Book the New Sun reviews, you know how much I just gushed over those books. And Book of the Long Sun is one that I've been meaning to get into. I was going to do a reread of Book the New Sun first, but I just can't wait any longer, and I'm not really in a reread type of mood. I haven't gone back to my reread of Malazan, which has been killing me. But I'm really excited for Book the Long Sun. I've heard this one is even better than Book the New Sun, which I do not believe, but I will keep an open mind. And I just have to say, I'm very sorry to say this, but I'm looking at the cover. Look at that guy. He looks like Luffy. He's got a straw hat. Okay, there it goes. It finally got to the resolution. But oh my gosh, he's got a straw hat. So we got some straw hats in the crew. Very excited for that. But I also really want to read. I picked up the first three books of this series by Christopher Rocchio, Sun Eater. It is happening. It is confirmed. I'm reading Sun Eater. I've had a lot of people ask me about it, especially based off of my love for Book of the New Sun, because the author is hugely inspired by Book of the New Sun. And I love Book of New Sun, obviously. And I've heard a lot of hype around this series. And now that the final book has come out, and I've heard that that it ends very satisfactorily, I will be diving in. Is basically what I wanted to say. I have the first three books, at least to push myself to there, because I've heard by book 3 it should be just, at the level that it will be at, that a lot of people say is very high. And so if I'm not impressed by the first 3 books, I probably will not continue. So, but the last book I want to get to for Summer of Sci-Fi is going to be Mercy of the Gods. Book 2 came out recently, so that's how long I've been pushing this book off. This is by James S.A. Corey, the people who did The Expanse, which I love The Expanse. If you haven't seen my reviews, go check that out. But yeah, I may do some sci-fi movie reviews too. I haven't decided yet, because it can still fit under Summer of Sci-Fi. So I think that's it for today. That's really all I wanted to update about. I am very excited to have a new channel name. I will change that definitely within the next 24 hours. I will definitely have a thumbnail by the next 24 hours, hopefully within the next hour after I finish filming this review. And then after that, I will begin doing my reviews. So I think tomorrow I'll put out a review. This video will come out today. Tomorrow will be Between Two Fires, so I can get that out of the way and then go do Kira. So that's it for today. Thank you all so much for watching, and please have a great rest of the day.